Hello everyone. I hope you're all okay and that you've been enjoying the school holidays if you've been on holiday from school or nursery. Well, I was just thinking about Monday morning. We'd had a lovely warm sunny day on Sunday. And then on Monday morning we woke up and what had happened? Something really unexpected. There was snow. There was enough snow for the children near me to make a snowman outside on the common. Well, I really wasn't expecting that when I woke up. It didn't last too long, did it? But it was a real surprise. And in our story today, something rather unexpected happens too. So here's Margaret to tell you the story.
Scruff and I are very pleased to be here again to tell you another story. Yes, he's very excited, as you can see. Oh, he says it's because he knows what the story is about today. So are you going to tell the children what it's about? I don't expect they heard that, do you? So shall I tell them? Yes, okay. It's about walking and talking. Now, as you know, walking is one of Scruff's favourite things to do. And I've promised him that after the story, we'll go out for a walk. Okay. So our story is about walking and talking. And I think I'd like you to sort of join in a little bit today and use perhaps your two fingers like this. And if we say walking, we can use our two fingers to be like our 2 feet. And talking, we can make them go like that to pretend that we're talking. So it comes quite a few times in the story, walking and talking, or talking and walking. And our story today is called The Road to Emmaus. Yes, it was, Scruff. It was a very long road. Ready with your walking? Walking and talking, talking and walking. 2 of Jesus's followers were on a long journey from Jerusalem to Emmaus. It was a long road and it would have taken them a very long time. So as they were walking, they were talking, and they were talking and walking. And they were sharing with each other what had happened over the past few days. The fact that Jesus had died. They felt a bit sad because he was their special friend, and they were very sad that he had died on the cross. But what was worrying them today was that some of Jesus's friends had been down to the tomb where they'd laid him and said the tomb was empty. Jesus wasn't there. And what was more strange, one of the ladies said, "But I've seen Jesus. He's alive." Well, and as they were walking and talking and talking and walking, a stranger came and walked with them. He said, "You're doing a lot of walking and talking and talking and walking. What are you talking about?" "Well, don't you know?" They said, "Don't you know what's been happening in Jerusalem?" "Well, we're followers of Jesus, and he was our special friend, and we thought he was the special one sent from God. But something terrible happened. The authorities crucified him. And then this morning we heard that some of our friends said he had risen from the dead. And we don't know what to think about it. It's all so strange." So they carried on walking and talking and walking and talking. And the stranger said to them, "Well, if you think back to the prophets, they said that God's special son would be killed and would come alive again. So perhaps this special person is God's Son, and he has been raised from the dead. They carried on walking and talking and walking and talking. And the two friends of Jesus were quite bemused by the fact that this stranger seemed to know all about the prophets. They carried on walking and talking and walking and talking, and they arrived at Emmaus. It was getting late, so they said to the stranger, "Why don't you come and spend the night with us, and then tomorrow you can carry on your journey?" So they stopped walking and talking and talking and walking and went into the house. The two disciples prepared a little meal for their visitor. As they sat down at the table, the visitor said to them, "Please, can I say thank you for the food?" "Oh, yes, that's fine," said the two friends. And the stranger opened his hands out and blessed the food that was there on the table. And it was at that moment that the two friends realised that this stranger who had been walking and talking, walking and talking with them was in fact Jesus. He was alive. He had been walking and talking and talking and walking with them. It was Jesus. But then he disappeared. He wasn't there anymore. "Oh," said the friends, "we must go back to Jerusalem and we must tell everybody that we have seen Jesus. He is alive." But they didn't go walking and talking back to Jerusalem. They went running and jumping and running and jumping and running and jumping until they got back to Jerusalem, and there told the friends of Jesus that he had appeared to them on the road to Emmaus. They had seen the risen Jesus. He was alive. That was a long walk we had, wasn't it? Was it a good walk? It was a long walk. We did a lot of walking, didn't we? And I did a lot of talking because we met some people that we knew. But it's good to talk to people when you meet them out in the street, isn't it? So are you very tired now? You think you'll go and have a nap? Okay, we'll say bye-bye to the children then. Bye-bye. Scruff's gone to have a nap. So for our prayer activity today, I have drawn out and cut out a cross. And on the cross, I've got lots of different hearts. I've cut those out there and put some tissue paper behind. Then I've stuck some hearts on the cross there. And the cross reminds us of Jesus' death on Good Friday, but that it was because he loved us that he died. And then I've got a stone and I've put a heart on the stone and I've written the word love, and that reminds us that on that very first Easter day, Jesus rose from the dead. And it is about love. So we're going to just say a short prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, we thank you for that first Easter. We thank you that you died, but that you came alive again. And it was because you love us so much. Thank you that you promise that you will walk with us through the difficulties of life and be there as our friend. Help us this week to show your love to all those people that we meet. Amen. And for a very simple craft activity, I have drawn a foot to remind us that Jesus walks with us. You can see I've written on it, Jesus walks with me. So you'll need some paper and some scissors and some crayons and also a little bit of string. So I drew around my foot. I took my sock off, drew around my foot and cut it out. Then I coloured it in, and I coloured mine in as a rainbow because a rainbow reminds me of God's promises. He promised that he loves us. He promised that he'll walk with us. Made a few holes, 2, 4, 6, to thread through the string to make it look a little bit like a sandal. So then you write on it, Jesus walks with me. And to thread the string through, you put it through there. And then this one, you take this one, you put it through there, the opposite one, and you bring it back up through the opposite one, up there. And then with this one, through there, back up, through that one. So it looks like that. Then you can tie a knot in the top, and then you can hang it on your door handle or by your bed or somewhere to remind you that just as Jesus walked with the 2 disciples on the road to Emmaus, he walks with you. And as you go back to school, he promises that he'll be with you, to walk with you through the day. So I hope you have fun doing that, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you, Margaret and Scruff, for telling us the story today. That was great, and for the craft and prayer ideas too. That was brilliant. I wonder if you managed to join in with the story, doing the walking and the talking. I got myself in a real muddle, but it's a good way to remember the story, isn't it? Walking and talking that the men were doing. And I think it's lovely when we can remember that Jesus walks with us too. And even though we can't see him, he's always with us. And when we're upset like the men were, he's with us. And when we're having fun time, like we're playing in the snow or the sunshine, he's with us then too. And that's a great thing. So that's all for this week. And we'll be back again next week with another story about how Jesus appeared to his disciples in a rather unexpected place. So next week, have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.